You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Welcome back to Byline Wilmington. Rhonda Bellamy in for Dawn Ansell. We're looking at the local real estate market with Craig Stevens, president of the Wilmington Cape Fear Home Builders Association, and Karen Parkin, president of the Wilmington Regional Association of Realtors. Right before the break, I said I wanted to touch on a few things, and one of them, what are our outlying counties looking like? Brunswick and Pender counties.
We see, obviously New Hanover County, there's just very little land and there's very little new communities to build in. So, that can be hot in any market.
Let me ask you a question. Whenever I'm flying out and over Wilmington, I see nothing but land and swimming pools.
A lot of the land here, due to the low levels and the wetlands and that type of thing, are unbuildable.
Okay.
So I would say the majority of the land you see in New Hanover County that doesn't have a house on it is not buildable.
Okay. Okay.
But talking about the other counties, the Wilmington MSA is, again, New Hanover, Brunswick, Pender. And when you look to the north at Pender County, there's a big pull from the Jacksonville market because I guess everybody's heard the Jacksonville market with all the military is red hot. And a lot of those people have a spouse that lives in Wilmington, or they want to get away from Jacksonville proper. So they're moving into Hampstead, they're moving into Surf City. So they're moving into that area. So that's really taken off. I would say that obviously New Hanover County is always hot because there's just no land there that's buildable that's left, so that's always great. And North Brunswick County in the Leland area has been good as well. But I think, when you hear people talk about Brunswick County and a lot that's owned the market as far as lots, houses, things like that, they're talking about middle and southern Brunswick County. I think that in the heyday in the 2005, land was so scarce that people were that wanted to develop were having to go way south in Brunswick County, where there's just land everywhere that is buildable, and they put in a lot of communities there, and it's definitely been a challenge there. But North Brunswick County in the Leland area, we still see a lot of activity there.
Is that what you're seeing too,
Yeah,
Karen?
well, we have Brunswick Forest that came out there. You got Magnolia Greens. So that whole area built out, and they've now put in shopping centers and everything else. So it's convenient now to be out in Brunswick. It's a draw. And you do have some of the affordable homes. They did start putting in homes out there that were in the 120 to 150 range. So you've got a lot of younger families that have moved out there. You've got more retirees and more professional people that are out in Brunswick Forest. Hampstead, yes, I mean, it is close to Jacksonville, and we're seeing a lot of people wanting to be out there, and it's a hot rental area right now too, whereas before it wasn't. But you've got the bypass as well, so I mean, it's so quick to get anywhere now. Yeah. I mean, it's much more convenient.
The Census Bureau says that rental vacancies are down, which is a good thing, right?
Very good. That's my market, and in 15 years I've seen where we've gone up and down, up and down. And I will tell you that we can see that, but generally the rental market's very hot when the sales market is down, and when the sales market's up, the rental market moves down. But in August, I had my busiest month in years. I mean, really busy. We had 19 new leases signed and 14 renewals. I mean, that's big for a little office like mine with just 300 properties. That was a peak month, and everybody's like that. Is that due at all
to college students coming back?
No, I mean, we've got people still moving down here. We've got families moving down here. We have people with the military that are coming down to Hampstead, and obviously they want to live there right on the cusp. It's a general mix, really. I just don't say it's all college. It really isn't. We've got professionals, we've got single people, we've got contract workers, and now when we see with the movie studios coming back in, we're going to see a rise. And we'll see a rise in sales too, because people will come in with the movie studios, see what a great area we have here, and that will encourage them to go out and actually buy a property or bring family down here, second homes and all that sort of thing. So it's good. It's going to be great for our area. It really is.
How many members are in WRAR?
We have, right now, we're at about 1,750 members. It has dropped. In our heyday, we're at like 2,500, but we're hanging in there, and members are trying really hard and doing what they do.
And were there resources available to realtors who didn't have such good years the past couple of years?
A lot of realtors have gone out and taken second jobs, and they're still staying in the market, keeping up their continuing ed and doing a sale here and there. I mean, it's tough when you see what's happening. And you were asking about days on the market, and right now we're at what is it here, 151. From January to September this year, days on the market were 151. Last year, the same time, January 2010 to September was 129. But you have to take into account there that we had that home buyer's tax credit too, which affected the figures somewhat. So it's not that bad. And this year, same times, we've had, last year was 8,500 new listings. This year's been 6,800. So it's happening. I mean, it is. And total sold last year was 3,550. So far this year, at the same time period, is 3,496. The year's not over. We still have October, November, December figures. We've had a good year here. You know, people may not realize that, but we have. And there's lots of agents out there that are really busy. And I'm sure some of the builders are getting some stuff up there. Activity is coming back. Wilmington is on the rise. We're on the move again. We're not sitting still.
Do you think we're ever going to see the activity that we saw in 2005?
It's going to be a long time before we get back to that, and that's a good thing too. I mean, we do have to just move forward and just take it as it comes, and people need to know what they're getting into when they purchase a house, because it's a big investment, and as you know, if you end up with foreclosures, it can hurt you for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think that was a healthy market. I hope it never
No.
comes back like that.
Yeah, we never want
really
that, but
That
a
was
lot of
really
people
not
are
good.
underwater too, unfortunately. I mean, they can buy something, and where the market went down, the house could have decreased 50,000, and if they try and sell it, they're out of pocket. So it's really tough, but we just have to work back. It is coming back. It is coming back.
Seeing a lot of commercial vacancies.
Well, the commercial came down. It followed the residential. So, you know, residential led, and now it's commercial. And once we start seeing the residential pick up, commercial will pick up too. People just need to start feeling more positive.
There was some indication that commercial hadn't hit its bottom yet.
Well, yeah, they say that, but we're hoping it has. And we're seeing some activity out there. Like I said to you, we have a building and we're looking for tenants and we're getting people coming in. So there are people there, but a lot of people have been sitting on the hedge. They haven't been too sure what to do. So now they start seeing we're picking up and see some numbers, and it'll give them a bit more confidence to go forward.
Yeah, I think you'll see that what we're seeing right now with the market starting to pick up, you know, the commercial always follows the residential. So as the residential's picking up now, you'll see the commercial follow behind it.
Any particular neighborhoods here in Wilmington proper that are seeing the brunt of the activity in terms of sales?
You mean that is selling the most? It would depend in price range, obviously, and it goes by zip code. I mean, we look at zip code. We see that the 28411 zip code is popular. That is because you are convenient to get to Hampstead too. It's convenient for I-40. It's close to Mayfair, close to the beach. Then you've got other people that want to be further down, closer to Carolina Beach. So, I mean, it's really just depends on where people want to be, where they're working. You do find that they try and stay close to where they are working, save on gas and time and everything. But I don't think there's any given neighborhood that's just selling out. I don't see that.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing that these communities in the great locations, they are selling out now, and there's nobody developing houses now. And the builders aren't building speculative homes as much anymore. They're building, you know, they'll have a model in a community, and people come into the community, and they build the home that they want, and they get it, you know, 90, 120 days later, and they're not just putting a whole lot of speculative houses on the market. And also the developers are simply not developing anymore. So I think what we'll see is that as we're seeing these existing communities selling out right now, the problem is nobody's creating new development, so there's going to be a real lack of supply when all this happens, and I see that in the next year or two.
And that's all the time we have left in this edition of Byline Wilmington. I've been speaking with Craig Stevens, president of the Wilmington Cape Fear Home Builders Association, as well as Karen Parkin, president of the Wilmington Regional Association of Realtors. I'm Rhonda Bellamy, substituting for Dawn Ansell. Thanks for watching Byline Wilmington. Have a great day.
You've been watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Join us every Sunday morning as we explore the issues that concern you.